Hey everyone, how's it going? Amundred here. Today I'm doing something a little different. My wife and I were big into camping, hence the big camper behind me. We've been camping for a long time. We've had this camper for about 3 years, and one of the things we wanted when we bought this camper was an outdoor kitchen, which I've got pulled out right there. You can see it here. But we have come to find that we don't really use the outdoor kitchen because we have a 17-inch Blackstone that we take camping with us all the time, and we've got like a table set up and everything for it, and the outdoor kitchen just kind of is there as a storage unit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the stovetop that's in there, and I'm going to put my Blackstone there. I've never done this, no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out as we go, and you guys get to watch this happen. Exciting for you. So on these outdoor kitchens, they use a connection under the RV right there to connect to a hose that is under the outdoor stove right there. Well, my Blackstone I bought an adapter so it connects to that same outlet, so I should be able to just take this out, make a big cut, put something on the bottom to hold my Blackstone up, put my Blackstone there and plug it in. It sounds super simple, but every time I say this, I run into a disaster of a problem somewhere along the line. My kids and wife thinks it's funny. So here's hoping that this is the time that this is truly simple. All right, so the first thing I gotta do to figure out even what the heck's going on here is I gotta pull this out just to see how big this area is and stuff like that. I'm gonna probably have to figure out what's going on with this. I don't know if I'll be able to retain that little sink there or not. I kind of hope so. It's useful to rinse stuff off. But first thing I do, I think, is just pull these little screws out here. Use my handy dandy cordless drill here. Seems simple enough, right? Get all these out of the way. All right. Well, that's a useful storage bin. All right. So far pretty straightforward. Now I just got a few more screws there to pull out. Turn this up a little bit here. I don't know what I was screwing into last time, but something obviously didn't take a lot of pressure, so. All right, now this thing should just, yeah, pop right out. Look at that. So, part one, done. Now, I've got to figure out how big this opening is going to be for my Blackstone. I'm going to have to leave the front open so I can get to the knob to turn it on, and fortunately my grease tray is at the front of my Blackstone as well. And then figure out what I'm going to mount in the bottom here to hold it in place. And in case anyone's wondering, we have a Pioneer BH280, bunkhouse 280. There's the model number there. I do pull this with my half-ton Chevy pickup, which some people are surprised by. My pickup's got the heavy-duty tow package on it. It can pull this easily. It's not a problem. We've pulled this thing thousands of miles all over the Midwest, so we love this camper. Definitely have gotten lots of use out of it. And this used to have bunks back here in the corner. We took out the top bunk. We've got 2 kids at most usually that come camping with us, so freed up a ton of room here. Instead of having 2 cramped bunks, we just got the one bed there, the jackknife sofa that folds out into a couch, the dinette set that folds down into a bed the way we've got it right now. We're actually going to pull this out of here and probably put another couch there or a couple chairs. And this one here, we wanted this model. The TV entertainment center is directly across from the couch. So that's something we definitely wanted. It does have a pantry there. And then another quick thing we really like about this model is you'll notice the transition between the slide into the regular entry area. There's no step. A lot of these will have a step up, which is just really annoying. This is a nice flat transition, which gives you more head height and just makes it look a little bit better, I think. And as I mentioned, I already have the adapter kit and everything to hook up my Blackstone to my propane adapter on the bottom side for the outdoor kitchen. This is the hose we have for it. This is the part that hooks to the outdoor plug there, and then this side connects to the actual Blackstone. And then we've got a little adapter that goes onto the side where the propane bottle would hook that allows it to hook up to that. And then I'm just going to put those mounting screws and the little knobs for the top right inside here, and I'm going to put those screws back in to just hold this top back in so everything's together. And I don't know, I'll sell this or give it to somebody. I don't know what I'll do with it. Who knows? And then this outdoor kitchen does have these little slide out, I don't know, just countertop things here, workstation slides. I'm going to pull those out because with these things closed in, there's definitely not going to be enough room for my Blackstone to sit in there. Maybe I'll leave that other side in there. I think there's enough room. I'll pull this side out. And then maybe I'll use these tracks to give myself a sliding shelf at the top here instead of the stationary one or something. We'll see what we do there. And again, I've never really done this before, so I'm just figuring out as I go, and there might be a different way, and you can let me know in the comments below so the next time it's easier. But there are a couple screws that hold this thing on. I pulled the 4 screws off that hold the shelf on, but there's a screw here, and there's another screw back here, and then it's kind of buried behind this whole rack thing here. So I'm assuming all this must slide out. I do see on the side here this little thing here. I can pull it down, and it allows me to pull that out. And then now that may or may not, yeah, now I can get to that screw like right there. I don't know if you can see that right there, but now I can see it. So I'm just gonna do that on both sides. Again, push that little lever down. Oops. Push it up on this side, it's upside down compared to the other side, and that just slides out. There's both those tracks, and again, it's gonna let me get to that screw now, right there, to get that track out of there. And then here it is, all pulled out. I put it all back together. See, it fully extends now. Like I said, I might save this and use it up in here to give me a slide out up in there, give me a slide out shelf or something there. We'll see what happens. All right, so here's my 17-inch Blackstone. And like I said, here's that little adapter I was talking about that we had on the side here. And then mine has the front grease tray. So when I install it here, I'll be able to pull the tray there, get to the knob, all that fun stuff still. So now I just got to get this into that, this into that. I have no idea how to do it, but like I said, I think I'm going to start by figuring out what size this hole needs to be, cut it out, and then probably get in a piece of wood to mount to the bottom here so it has something to sit on, and then cut out the front, and I think it should work. Seems simple, seems easy, right? I mean, it's cutting holes and screwing wood together. I got this. And then let me just say too, if you're not using a Blackstone, you need to get one. These things are so awesome. We started out with the 17-inch one for camping. We liked it so much, we bought the big 36-inch one for our house, and we use it all the time. If you have a big family, you can cook stuff so fast. Breakfast used to take like an hour. By the time we'd cook bacon and sausage and eggs and pancakes inside on our stove using the 4 burners and a bunch of little pans. Now we have the big 36-inch Blackstone. Like, breakfast is done in 15 minutes. What a time saver. We love our Blackstone. Gosh, if you've used one, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you need one. And to give myself kind of an idea of where it's got to sit, I went and just threw the Blackstone on here. So I'm gonna have to cut out quite a bit. Something I did see though, as far back as this goes, I'm going to have to take out this and rebuild this brace back here. So that means I'm going to lose that little slide out workstation thing I was hoping to keep over there. And gonna have to get a little more creative on how this works too. So the easy project's becoming a little bit more involved now, but I'm still confident I can handle this. All right, so what I do is I put the Blackstone on here where I want it, where it needs to sit for the door to close all the way. Marked the back line. I'm gonna start the edge of the Blackstone here, and it's exactly 17 inches wide. Like, if you go to the Blackstone, you measure it, it's like exactly 17 inches. I do have that little extension there. We're not gonna get too worried about that right now. But I know if I'm gonna start my cut on here, I gotta go to 17 inches. So you can see I gotta cut out about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch all the way back there, and then cut that straight back and over. I gotta cut this out all the way to the edge, and then I'm gonna have to deal with that. When I get there, we'll deal with that. For now, I'm just gonna cut this apart and hope for the best. And this is where my kids and my wife usually go, oh, Dread's in trouble. And it's where I think to myself, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. And it's definitely worth pointing out, I'm not a professional contractor or RV working honor person or professional much of anything at all has anything to do with this. I'm a complete amateur. But I'm a professional at something, so I'm a professional. All right, so I've got my cuts marked. Used my piece of corner trim to make those lines. But now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this top part out, and I don't know, I feel like something back here could be exciting. That could be funsies right there. And we're pointing out, definitely that has to come out. Where my cut is, that shelf has got to come out, so I may as well take that out now. So someone's probably wondering, what's Dread a professional at? I don't know. Beer drinking? Taking vacations? Screwing off? I'm sure the professional something. It's all good. Professional video maker, perhaps. All right, so now the other drawer slidey workstation thingy is out. Now it's time for the fun stuff. Now we start cutting. All right, cutting tools. All kinds of cutting tools, because I don't know what I'm gonna need. Maybe the jigsaw to do the top, maybe the Sawzall to cut the fronts off in the back, and hope this thing doesn't fall apart after I cut it. Because now, no, it's got this piece holding it. It'll be all right, we'll be fine. And then I'm not sponsored by anyone. I appreciate any support you guys give me, so just subscribing to the channel, I appreciate it a ton. And then also I do link products that I use down in the bottom of my description. If you guys click on those links, I am an Amazon associate, so I do get a percentage of those purchases. You don't have to do that, but if you do, I greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And for any of you guys that do your own work at home, work on cars, you know I work on my Corvette and stuff, there's one truth that is without a doubt super important to know. You can never have too many tools. You gotta have enough tools to do whatever comes up. So I make sure I've got lots of tools for this, for my car, for just other random stuff. Have the tools you need. All right, so I went and pulled my contacts, put my contacts in, took my glasses off because I'm gonna be wearing some safety goggles when I start cutting away on this, just in case something crazy would happen. I don't want to get sawdust or saw blades in my eyes. That'd be bad, so always wear safety goggles. Right, it's getting to a point, honestly, with all this cutting I'm gonna do and refabricating of the kitchen area, it's gonna probably be easier for me just to pull this whole thing out and work on it on my workbench or on the back of my pickup truck on the tailgate. So just like the side, there's these little clip things here that if you pull up on each side, it's gonna let me slide this out. So I'm gonna do that, and then Inside, this does have the water hoses, but they're just a threaded connection right here. So I'm just gonna unthread those and pull all this out really quick to make this a lot easier to work on. All right, now I've got it out there, it's over here. You can see this is part, I'm gonna have to cut this here. So what I'm gonna probably end up doing is extending something back here to give it some support on the back side, because I don't wanna just cut that out and then there's just this piece of board that can bow down and sag there. So I'll probably just put a piece of wood here on each side and then just run a board across and kind of attach it so that way it's got that support on the back side there, and then cut all that out. This has all got to come out probably right down in here, and this is where I'll build the shelf on the bottom for the Blackstone to sit on. So on the back, this is the front over here. I got it kind of facing down. It's got this board here. It looks like it's support or strength. I'm just going to use a little pry bar, screwdriver. I got this little pry tool I'm going to use. I'm just going to pry it under here and pry it up so it looks like it's just stapled in. So I can reuse this to give it some strength. I might just have to cut it down, or maybe I'll use it on this part back here, but I'm gonna get that off now. And I start prying, it is definitely just staples that hold this thing on. So like I said, I'm gonna go across all the way here, pry that off really quick. And there's that piece pried off, so I can save that and use that to give it some support either along the bottom this way and mount that shelf to it, or do something with it. So I've cut this top centerpiece out, and I used the jigsaw and I went as far forward as I could on each side, basically to the front. And then same thing on the back. I brought the jigsaw back, went to basically this thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Sawzall now and just cut down the rest of those to open that up a little bit here. There was one screw on the back side there that was holding that to the top, and then I used my Sawzall, finished scoring that down there. So now I'm just gonna go to the top with my jigsaw and I can finish cutting that out. Like I said, I'm going to save all this. I'm going to build a bracket back here to give it support and strength on the back side. Since I did just cut through that, I'm going to do the same thing on the front there. I'll be cutting it off here, so I'll probably build another bracket along the middle section here to help hold all that up once it's all in place. All right, I've got a piece of 1x2 pine here. I'm going to lay this right in here. I'm just going to mark a line on it right here, and that's going to tell me how long I want to build this piece for the extra support I'm going to put right through here. So I'm going to mark that really quick and then get that cut and put in place there. And then I'm going to use these, I don't know, I think they're 1 inch, 1 1/8 inch maybe fasteners. I'll just screw those into place to hold that to the top. Give me some good support, and then I'll use like a Craig jig, do a side drill there as well since I've got one of those. So that way I can mount it to the sides as well. To give you an idea of what I'm doing to build this support in here, since I'm cutting this whole front piece off and the Blackstone will be here, I wanted to build some support along the side here. So I've got this little structure I'm building here to kind of hold up this section here. This is where that little plastic sink goes. Not a lot of weight, but I want to make sure it's supported well. So now I've got the whole top piece cut out. It should be to the shape I need. I've got this trimmed down. I just need to rip it across here, and then same on the front. I need to just rip across here. And then I'm going to use a piece of wood, cut it to shape, put it in here, and put like some brackets under it to hold it in place. But then I'll just need to touch some stuff up on here. Then I'll be able to slide it in and see how it works for a test fit. And here off to the side, I'm saving all the pieces I'm cutting out, as I'll use those to maybe build some of the supports and everything. Try to use what I have here if I need to. Otherwise, I do have plenty of pine and other wood here I can use. So bracket built, give it the extra support there, hold everything together. Now I've just got to cut the piece of wood that's going to sit down in here. Got to figure out if I'm going to put a little lip here or if it's going to sit on top. I'm going to slide this back into the camper, see how much room I have with the Blackstone, and figure it out from there. We're about there. So I got this back lip on here that the wood's going to sit on. And now I'm going to take this piece here and mount it to the front as well to give it that front lip to sit on. And that wood will mount right to this. Should be about perfect. A little bit of progress made. I've got the drawer back in. The base is in, all my structure stuff's in. I'm getting ready to put the Blackstone there to see if it works. It should. And then, is it pretty? No. Will it work? Maybe. We're gonna find out. All right, so it's in. There's just a few finishing touches I want to do. I want to like stain the bottom here. I might put this trim piece back on the front here to kind of give us a little bit cleaner look, touch up some pieces here. But it's in. it's mounted. Got the nice gap there for the heat to escape. It's still vented on the back right there, you can see, for the heat to escape back there. All the way around. Look at that, sits in there pretty. And then that's where the propane will connect, right up there. I just gotta run that hose up there. I may get a more permanent one instead of just the quick disconnect one there. I do like having the option of being able to take that out if I need to though. But yeah, there it is, installed. Like I said, I'm gonna get some stain the wood on the bottom here, make that look a little bit better, stuff like that. But so far a success. Came out pretty good. Spent a good chunk of today working on it. But yeah, there it is. I'll probably get some videos next year of me cooking on it now, since the camping season with the camper is kind of over. I plan on doing some winter camping with the tent. Maybe I'll take the camper out still. I just winterized it so I won't be able to use the water and stuff. But successful install of the Blackstone in my outdoor kitchen. I'll finish trimming it out and stuff. I'm probably done for the day. But there you go, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Please hit subscribe down below. I appreciate it.